Tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois.
Tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois.
Tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary, live from Dolton, Illinois. My people, you are tuned.
Hey guys, thanks again to Critical Smoker for the music. I hope y'all can hear me okay. Let's get it together. It's Burgundy Blue Commentary. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Y'all, sorry about the electoral thing today. I'm going to work on, you guys, I'm learning. I'm really learning. Thumbs up the video. We're going to have a nice live today. The live is not to be messy. I did get advisement on how to try to direct this live. And it's just about me protecting myself. Y'all, in the Southland, it's constantly these little, I never saw anybody before. And they never saw me before. It's this constant harassment, this constant bullying. And the weird thing about it is the people here, they don't have to stop it. They don't have to stop it. You guys are right. We're going to go through, but it's the people from the camp doing the bullying. I can handle my own. And that's what this whole live is about, starting to handle my own. They know what's going on, and we're going to start from scratch. And this is the big problem about it. Why I will never tell y'all not to support Jason House. I can't help but tell y'all, Jason House literally did nothing to me. He literally did not do anything to me. I asked him to assist me. He said he would try, and I'm going to assume he tried. You guys get where I'm coming from? Hit the like button. Hey, Gardis. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Real Magnolia. Love you. Reload. I might need you. Scott. I'm gonna open the lines later. Love you, Scott. They know what's going on. And I know it's politics, but what kills me is I'm a resident and I don't get respect as a resident. And you guys on the outside, you look at things, you feed into things, you make judgment. I can't go on anybody's chat without being harassed. I can't go out my door to the grocery store without being harassed. I'm sick of making police reports. I'm sick of doing stuff like that. Now it's time to just call it what it is with the receipts. With the receipts. I'm pretty sure they're going to call somebody to go live today because I'm about to bring the receipts and cause a distraction. But for those who want to stay and not adhere to the distraction, please stay and listen to my side of the story. If any of you guys been here since the beginning, hit the 1 in the chat. And you know what? I really hope that it's people that do not like me in the chat, like people that can't stand me, so they can hear my side of the story. Okay. So the other day, let's start with the video. Let's play. If you've been here since the beginning, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't like me, put a thumbs down. Put a thumbs down in the chat. That's fine. But just please stay and hear the story. I've always been both sides. And you know what? I'm tired of being in my community and being beat up. Now, sidebar, nothing happened at the electoral video election today. Everyone was really cool. Y'all saw me have, if you didn't see, Nate Fields got a chance, y'all. He got he has 5 days to go to court and make sure he got his paperwork right. And he still has a possibility to be on the ballot. He has one objection, but go to either Lansing Journal. I'm going to put it in my description box after I finish. Y'all know the Lansing Journal, or it's a new young lady. No apologies, just me. She's from Harvey. And she be at the meetings as well. And you know, over here on Burgundy Blue Commentary, we support everybody. So please don't go over there thinking she's supporting me and she's a Tiffany supporter. She's doing her own thing. And that's why I like her channel. She kind of has a soothing voice and she just talk about what she see. So y'all, please, she did not ask me for that endorsement, but I really enjoy her channel. Okay. She lets everybody talk. All right. So the problem is, y'all go off on me and like, why I didn't go to Tiffany for anything. Tiffany didn't send the people after me. That's not who sent anybody after me. So why would I go to Tiffany? Okay. Everybody here is well aware of what happened to me. And they think it's funny, or what's happening to me, and they think it's funny. And they think I'm a sap because my voice is light, or I'm polite, or whatever like that. That's just my personality. And you know what? Frankly, I'm not going to change. When somebody speaks, I shut up. Except for if you my friend. You know, if we talking, we gonna both be over talking over each other, because I'm like, girl, bye, boy, bye. But other than that, if I'm in a board meeting, if I'm at a school district meeting, if I'm in a church, I know how to act in public. So you're not going to get that up out of me. The next video I have coming up is what happens when you're with them versus if you're not with them. And I'm going to show you about 4 lives that change. And it actually, I don't know if y'all caught it on Mark G. Johnson's show yesterday. It was a question asked about a worker that Tiffany hired. It was glossed right over because Martin doesn't know. Martin, I'm not saying it like he's silly or anything like that. Martin be all over the world crime chasing. He doesn't know. He's not covering Dolton like that, but we know. Okay. Let me play this video. And I just ask for mutual respect and the bullying to stop. They think that going to court and y'all want to say I dropped this or drop that. Let me tell you something. If I drop something, which we did drop, y'all saw it because you know who shared it? Sherry into Dolton Politics. Yeah. The one that said that she got an inbox. Yeah. And I've never said her name out loud like that. Sherry. Yeah. Okay. Point blank period. Now you can't say their names, but they could say your name, threaten you, everything else, and it's fine. So let me play the video. Let's start here. Y'all get in the room and then we're going to go over some facts. Okay. And don't worry if you told me something in secret. It's no inboxes. No, I don't do stuff like that. This is all in public, or unless you say, Berg, it's okay to release this. That's it. Okay. So here we go. Let's start with this video and y'all let me know what you think about this. And I think, and what I think that I'm not, Jason House do not have to come and save me. Clerk Key do not have to come to save me, so on and so on. Technically, 2 people are in the same sorority. Out this group, 2 people are in the same sorority as I am in, actually, whether you know it or not. And they treat me like this. Yeah. They treat me like this. Yeah. Yeah. We all stood front, took a pledge to support each other. That's what makes you in the space you are. And they treat you only a resident if you're in that group. That's all I want you guys to know. If you are not in that group, it's going to be hell. And it makes me think, that's why y'all probably think I'm a Tiffany supporter. I wish I could go all in and support Tiffany. I really wish I could. But sometimes, honestly, her mouth upsets me. Her mouth upsets me, y'all. Sometimes stuff that come out Tiffany mouth, I be like, oh my God. But the stuff that come out this group mouth, not Jason, not Brittany is really, you know, Brittany's always been my favorite since the beginning. I don't have a problem with Brittany. Ed Steve, I think he's in a bind, Nate. He's in a bind. And that's what it is. But the stuff that goes on with the Tiffany, her mouth is a problem, but I don't see her disrespect residents unless they go to the podium and say, yo mama and all that stuff, or your daughter. That's when I've never seen Tiffany go out there and just disrespect the elder. If you talk about Mama Hill, I would say it was Lacey's fault. That's my situation with that. But I don't know because I'm not in Mama Hill's shoes. And even that, Lacey, bless his heart, he been a terror since I was 16 years old. And now Tiffany the problem. You know what I mean? So let's play this video, then we're going to start from the beginning. Hit the like button. When we get to 20 likes, we'll get to the T. If anybody could tell me when we get to 20 likes, because I can't see, y'all. I didn't got this new software. Can't see. Sorry, I'm trying some new stuff, y'all. All right. Let's get to Dolton and the Restless.
The Park President House was shot up too. Did y'all know about that?
I remember when something like that happened.
When did that happen?
Ooh.
And what they don't understand, what people don't understand with that comes a lot. You know, it was somebody was doing a live and said that I didn't even live in Dolton. And that prompted people to come, and in my inbox, somebody came in my inbox and told me, how dare you come after Tiffany, you do not live in Dolton.
Yeah.
And also they said
forgive me, Martin. I didn't know they said that. I didn't hear. I just, people talk over each other all the time in Martin Live. So sorry, Martin, that's in there and I didn't edit that. My apologies. But he kept the show going. He did great.
And then people, they start to show up. Does she really live here? You know what I mean? They start to show up in front of your house.
Yeah.
Really? And when you do things like that, you don't understand that you put people in danger. But like I was saying, the residents of Dolton, they really need to start once this is over, because we,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Scott. Okay, so right here, 56 residents were tagged. And I'm gonna read with the post because I know it's kind of far away. So she tagged 56 local people, a lot of people I knew as well. So it says, so the woman that cries wolf, why are you obsessing over me? I have begged this YouTube content person to leave me alone. I have done nothing to her or any other content creators. She refuses to leave me alone and keep my name out of her mouth. I would love to ignore this, but at this point I can't. What is Burgundy? Now y'all sitting down. What is Burgundy Blue trying to accomplish by continuing to F with me? When I was threatened on social media, I blocked the person and filed a police report. When she was threatened, she begged the person that threatened me to help her. Is her goal to have me hurt? It has to be. Y'all listening? Y'all listening? This internet bullying is out of control. Pray for me, tall, but I think she mean y'all. Help me. Miss Blue just won't. Now, at this time, y'all know what I was doing in May, right? Y'all know about what we were going through. Help me. Miss Blue just won't leave me alone. Mentioning me to folks that may be unstable is too much. With Darius, Randall, and 55 others. Now, at the bottom of that chat, it's a picture of, and I'm sorry, Shay, I don't mean to bring you into this. It's a picture of Shay and me in his chat. And I said, oh, he was reading a docket or something. I don't know what he was reading. I don't want to go say the wrong thing. But he said Sherry. And I said, oh, Sherry Fire Station. And that's in his chat on his page. Okay. When did Shay threaten anybody? I don't even know if she was mentioning. We're in the chat, okay? We're in the chat over on Shay's channel. So yes, I'm a mod over there at the time, and we're talking. Now we're in the chat. She got a screenshot of a chat, but she goes on Facebook and tag 56 people, okay? Now let's go to another part here. Now, as always, you guys, I love your opinions. Here's another chat she's in, and she's on the stream. She's talking about me because this whole video is about me and Jedediah. She goes in and says, I'm a 25-year resident. We have been fighting this administration for 3 years. I don't know where she came from. I saw her maybe 2 months ago. I have been boots on the ground for 3 years. You guys got that part? Okay. And again, don't bring any hate, threats, or discomfort or anything to Miss Sherry. This is to clear my name because she says this month after month after month. And I don't know if she believes this or what's going on. Okay, now we're in another thing. What is this one? Let me see if I got it up here. I might have it. Let's see. Yes. As a person who was cyberbullied regarding the village of Dolton, now this in Dolton politics. All you gotta do is go in Dolton politics and search my name, Burgundy Blue or BB, and you'll see. And when you do that, check the moderators of Dolton politics and see who you see, who's modding that chat, that page. As a person that was cyberbullied regarding the village of Dolton, it was not fun. I made a report. I did not engage the person anymore, which the police suggested. When I made a report, I answered a few questions about it and moved on. I was asked by this individual, did I condone bullying? I had no clue as to what was going on. I sent her my number via email and never got a call. No, I know she sent me her number, but I don't know about the bullying part. I have to look and see. She could be telling the truth. It was so long ago, I'll be honest. But she did send me both her numbers. Now I'm being put on her live saying I don't live in Dolton. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, like we had to go through Mr. and Mrs. Roberts. I know Sherry's from Dolton. So if I said that, remember we had to break down Mr. and Mrs. Roberts, I would apologize immediately. So I have to find the live and break it down. Or maybe if it's in her head, she can send me the live. I've known Sherry to work at the Dolton, at the Village of Dolton. Everyone knows how involved she was with Tiffany campaign, then the recall, and now the Clean House 2025 campaign. So I don't know if she lived, and actually, from what my understanding, we live a couple of blocks apart, for what I know, literally a couple of blocks. So that's from my understanding. But Dolton is, even though it's small, it's really spaced. It's really spaced out, guys. I was asked by this individual, did I condone bullying? I had no clue what was going on. I sent her my number. She probably did. It might have been during May. It might have been during May. And I never got a call. Now I'm being put in her live saying I don't live in Dolton. I did call her, as a matter of fact. I did call her, but it was just the wrong time. Don't listen to me. Now this is what she says. I give the big bloggers 60% of their information. Why not just leave me alone? I have supported all of the influencers because everyone had different assets. But what we cannot do is allow anyone to sway our focus. The powers that be took on my bullying case, and I will call them again if I start getting harassed. I would tread lightly bringing folks into some BS that has, now this was still May, have not one thing to do with what's going on pure mess. Carolyn Avant and Nikita Cloud, nor myself are law enforcement. This will be my last comment about this. Respectfully, leave me alone. Then someone says, Sherry, sadly, I heard her throwing shots at you too. Shay has her so confused. Sorry, Shay. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry, Shay. And I love you. That she truly doesn't know what reality is anymore. She's believing conspiracy theories from blank and blank. I've never seen adults behave like this. But it makes sense as why Tiff still has the ability to confuse residents. If blank can manipulate folks, you know Tiff can. It's unfortunate. Now, this is all in Dolton politics. Sorry to hear you're being lied on as well. So then she says, the feds came to my house because I was being bullied by the supervisor employees. I have their number on speed dial. I have no problem calling them. Then Dr. Nikita says, I'm a victim too. I handle threats a little differently. I will slap a bitch in her damn face. I'm not about to internet beef with these trolls. I'll wait until I see her in person and ask her to repeat. I'm tired of these childish ass games. And this was regarding me. It was a long thread. It went about 48 people commented on this. And it's still up. Y'all can find it on Dolton Politics. Let's continue. So that's a slap a bitch in her damn face comment. So what happened after this? Let's continue. So after that, it was supposed to be a board meeting that night. So let's continue the live yesterday. Because cyberbullying is wrong, you guys. You can't be cyberbullying people.
Somebody came in my inbox and told me, how dare you?
I wish I would have got the courtesy of this whole thread being in an inbox. I mean, that's a blessing that I wish my 48-hour notice was in my email or my inbox.
Come after Tiffany, you do not live in Dolton.
Yeah.
And also they said, and then people, they start to show up. Does she really live here? You know what I mean? They start to show up.
So after that post happened, this is Miss Thelma. When I'm in line at the board meeting, minding my business, Miss Thelma went to Dolton Politics because right after that, I would slap a bitch. She went to Dolton Politics to let them know what I look like, what I wore, and I was in line. And yes, that's Miss You Going to Jail, Thelma Price, that did that.
Up in front of your house.
Yeah.
And when you do things like that, you don't understand that you put people in danger. But like I was saying, the residents of Dolton, they really need to start once this is over, because we, right now we have to battle the corruption. But when this is over, you guys have to start. These people who don't have no reason to do what they're doing, that are putting you out there, you got to start taking legal action against them. Put everybody on paper. Okay. And they can think that nothing's gonna happen to them, but I'm telling you, this cyberbullying is serious now, and people are really, the powers that be are taking it serious.
Yes, I've been cyberbullied quite often, but when I say something back, somehow I'm in the wrong. Funny how that works.
Well, they should pull her IP address.
So I'm told. I don't know. I don't watch other channels anymore. I just don't like the hatred and the screaming and the yelling. And I comment on board meetings because you're screaming in the crowds. I don't get it. So I named the people who's screaming. I don't understand why you have to scream to the top of your lungs. I don't get it. But yeah, cyberbullying is a real thing. And I've been a target, most certainly. So I'm going to respond to that. Thank you very much.
Do it. Get them, whoever it is.
Yes.
That, I had a situation where someone just released somebody's personal information, or what, being passive aggressive. Yeah. Take them to court. You are a resident. You are not an elected official. And you can't even, some things you can't do to elected officials, but you definitely can't. You know what I'm saying? If you were
well, I do know what you're saying, but it was okay for Burgundy Blue Commentary's address, phone number, name, workplace to be plastered all over the internet.
Don't in the public forum. Don't put that camera in my face again. And I'm a grown woman. Don't put your finger. Don't put it in my face. Don't put your finger. Yeah, y'all should get y'all trustee. No. Don't put it in my face. No. See, that's your problem. And thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. This is the problem. This is the Department of Justice.
She is not a liar. No, she's not. No, she's not.
She flipped a couple of the content creators. So, like one of them, her name is Lolita, who claims she was a Dolton resident. I didn't know this heifer, never seen her growing up in Dolton, but that's what she claims.
Lolita, the resident in Indiana.
I'm sorry, but unlike Chad, I'm not putting that woman's info on my page.
Second address is identified in.
And now what he's doing is not only illegal, but it's dangerous.
Direct.
And now he's just projecting, because he's just calling her what everybody calls him.
This is the person that is being doxxed. The reason why I did what I did is because I wanted y'all to see the truth.
Now, there's intimidation, right? Public intimidation.
Absolutely.
Right. Now.
About anybody, okay, but you want me to take your initials out, I'll be happy to do that. I understand where you come from, but just know that I would never say anything negative about you or anyone else.
Okay, happy holidays.
You too.
I'm gonna call you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm gonna call you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. What?
No, sir.
I'm media.
You are not a pass.
I have a pass.
Let me see it. You get in front of me if you don't have it.
That's
Okay, guys. You know what? Believe it or not, that's all hard for me to watch because I live so much of that. If you notice, and if you didn't notice, you saw Stubbs was standing by the bathroom. And as soon as she saw me coming over there, she looked at me, stopped talking with Paul Roberts, and came in to block me, like to step over me. So I just politely said, excuse me, and kept on moving forward because I'm not for all of that childishness and all that bad stuff that they got going on. Hey, everybody that entered the chat. Sorry, I'm not in the same spirits I was, but today it's time to just clear the air because I'm sick of the harassment. And I only ask for mutual respect. I don't know why I'm so important to this campaign because they're saying Tiffany flipped a couple of the YouTubers. My first video was on Shaw, Tiffany, and who was it? Riley, and just doing boring history. Then I started to go to the meetings and see things differently. Tiffany does not run my channel, nor does Clean House, nor does Miss Cassandra. This whole channel is going to give you a full view of what you'll see. So like today, I saw Nate and Mr. Sidney Moore in Thornton Township. It was such a pleasant experience because we didn't have that group blocking everybody. Now, I got kicked out a couple of times, but Clerk Wells came and got me, and she was really pleasant. She told me what I could do, what I couldn't do, and I tried to adhere by the rules. I go by the rules of everything, and I'm not a sheep, so I don't follow in a flock. Okay, so they have no reason not to like me. At first, do y'all remember? Anybody remember the what was that? The rally for the township? Oh, Burgundy Blue, we love you. If you remember that, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. If not, we'll play it at the end of the video. But now it's constant bullying. We're just because we won't bow down to what they want us to do. And that's to talk about hashtag Clean House 2025 or whatever they want us to do. And the bad part about it, I don't think, like I keep on telling y'all, I don't think Jason House is a horrible person. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Let me pull up what just happened the other night. And I'm going to share my experience, and I'm going to share, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Choose Compassion. I'm going to share her experience too. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. So this was Jedediah the other night. Now, a lot of people, let's see if we can get up here. Oh, I might have messed up. Let's see if I can get it up here, guys. Sorry. I'm learning. Let's see. This work. Let's see if I can get it to work, guys. So sorry. Let's see if I can do it this way. So a lot of you guys, and thanks, hit the like button. Thanks for being here. Let's talk about it. Let's be fair about it. If you're a resident, why you're not considered a resident unless you conform to what they want you to do.
Countryside, and they want to be away from, the chaos of the world. So when I'm looking at this conscious person, you are going to pay for what you did to Burgundy Blue. Bitch, you got a top secret security clearance and you can't even tell that the woman was faking and has yet to prove or make any case of anything that was done to her. And what's so sad is that her talking points is being a Dolton resident, which was disproved. Oh, you're doxing. Motherfucker wasn't even voting. Didn't vote. And so, right, they tell you when you get a security clearance not to tell anyone that you have it because they don't have a need to know.
What you gotta give Jedediah is he knows how to play on his audience. I did nothing to Jedediah. We talked about this yesterday. Y'all have never been able to say I've done anything to Jedediah. And what kind of fight is going on in Dolton that I don't know about and I live here? But okay. Because I thought he was here for one thing. Wasn't it essay? He was here for that, right? Okay.
Come on, man.
Let's play it one more time.
Come on, Sig Girly 2023. I have a security clearance and you're gonna make me come out of retirement. Now, I want to be very clear here about something. I told y'all, people are gonna make things whatever they want it to be. But my 48-hour notice is my 48-hour notice. Everybody give our notices because and countryside, and they want to be away from, the chaos of the world. So when I'm looking at this conscious person, you are going to pay for what you did to Burgundy Blue. Bitch, you got a top secret security clearance and you can't even tell that the woman was faking?
Now, can I ask y'all something? What would be so wrong with just saying, you know what, I'm gonna back off, or I apologize, and don't go to that apology that happened this summer, because that wasn't an apology. Because when you say if I did something, what if, let me play devil's advocate, because that's what we do over here. What if somebody told Jedediah everything about me and he just believes it, but he see me over here quietly minding my business and not causing a ruckus, or my other friends not causing, we just quietly sitting here? What would be so bad with saying, you know what, my bad, I thought you was this? What would be so bad about it? What would be so bad? He doubling down. Now, if you didn't know, we went to court. I have a lawyer, and the case we withdrew because we were not about to be forced into mediation. And y'all saw that on live because he streamed it and made it content. So now the 3-year rule is, was it the 3-month rule now? Choose is the 3-month sit down is real. You're going to come back and start harassing me again. Let's continue this. Let's continue.
And has yet to prove or make any case of anything that was done to her. And
now I have yet to prove. What have you proven for any of the cases you came here for? And I don't mean that as a disrespect to anybody that may have suffered at the hands of anything during this administration. But has anything been solved? Has anything came to completion? Has anything been close?
What's so sad is that her talking points is being a Dolton resident, which was disproved.
Okay, so did y'all hear what he said? Can you put in the chat, me being a resident, which was what? Now this 12 in the morning.
Oh, you're doxing. Motherfucker wasn't even voting.
I need 3 people to put vote in the chat, and I need to get to 40 likes. I'll be back, Big Mike. I'll be back. When we get to 40 likes, we'll come back. Hey, Big Mike. We got to 37 likes. We'll be back at 40.
My people, you are tuned into Burgundy Blue Commentary live from Dolton, Illinois.
Thanks, you guys. So before I continue, this is not don't pray, don't cry for me, Argentina. This is not that. This is definitely choose with the bloop. I don't even know what it was. It was so fast. We're gonna open the lines after this. I'm a Dolton resident. I'm a Thornton Township resident. What makes me different than anybody else? Where's the men in our community to stand for us? Not talking to you, Gardis. Not talking to you, Big Mike. You know, the people in Dolton to stand for us and say, you know, maybe you shouldn't be coming at this sister like that. You know, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Now, I'm asleep in my bed. I wake up to this. I mean, I was just getting ready for bed. And this is what I come back to. Months after that, you're going to continue to harass me. What did I do overnight? I don't even recall. What did I do overnight? Because y'all want to group us together. And I'm proud if y'all want to group me with that group. I'd rather be with that people you saying as a group. I'd rather be with them, the Avengers, if it like Critical said, than anywhere else in the world. So let's play this right one more time. Then we'll open the phone lines.
Didn't vote. And so...
Hold on. One more second.
They tell you when you get a security clearance not to tell anyone that you have it.
Because now he's talking about conscious. And then we're going to get to choose next. But he just started reading all the women in the room. Okay. I don't even know what happened. What don't even tell me because I can't recall. I know what happened, but y'all, I'm sorry. I be so busy. So now let's go to this. Help me, please. I'm being harassed by Lacey, Staples, Gardis, Demon Girl, Lolita, you know. Then you got BB about to go live for a chit chat. If she responds to the 48-hour notice, we drop it. If not, we reduce it to the end of the day. Didn't Tiffany and Kamal get a 48-hour notice? Who else got? I got a list of I saved all the 48 hours. Carmen got one. Jerry got one. But I was the only one that they went hard on. It must be my voice. I'm not interested in playing games. It's no victim. It's modern day Jezebel. Y'all ate that up. I'm no scared prophet. If you not with the beef, say so. I'm sorry. I'm not going to denounce anybody because somebody told me so. And guess what else I'm not going to do, guys? I'm not going to support somebody because you're bullying me into it. Okay. That's not going to happen. But let's play this one more time. Then I'm going to go to some more text messages. Posts that Jed did saying I'm not a voter. We'll go down it one by one. I just wanted to make sure this drilled in your head.
Have a need to know. Come on, man. Come on, Sig Girly 2023. I have a security clearance and you're gonna make me come out of retirement. Now, I want to be very clear here about something. I told y'all, you know, people are gonna make things whatever they want it to be. But my 48-hour notice is my 48-hour notice.
But it only applies to women.
Everybody give our notices because
it only applies to women.
And countryside, and they want to be away from, you know, the chaos of the world. So when I'm looking at this conscious person, you are going to pay for what you did to Burgundy Blue. Bitch, you got a top secret security clearance and you can't even tell that the woman was faking and has yet to prove or make any case of anything that was done to her. And what's so sad is that her talking points is being a Dolton resident, which was disproved. Oh, you're doxing. Motherfucker wasn't even voting. Didn't vote. And so, right, they tell you when you get a security clearance not to tell anyone that you have it because they don't have a need to know. Come on, man. Come on, Sig Girly 2023. I have a security clearance and you're going to make me come out of retirement. Now, I want to be very clear here about something. I told y'all, people are going to make things whatever they want to do.
Okay. I just want to make sure y'all heard that. So a good friend of mine was able to get my voting record. What year did I register to vote? 1997. I'm going to put the next slide up, and it's Jedediah saying I registered to vote the next day. Would you say that's slander? This came from the Cook County clerk. November the 5th, presidential general election. November the 8th, I don't even know what that is, Goober 2022, gubernatorial general election. I think that's the government, the governors, like Pritzker versus somebody. The 2021 consolidated general election, 2020 presidential election, 2010. Now, I did go to California, so go Schwarzenegger. But I was still voting. 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006, 2005, 2004, 1998 was the first time I voted. In Dolton, Illinois, 1997. Would this be slander? I voted for Tiffany, right? In 2021. Would this be slander? Now, this came through from the clerk's office, December 30th, 2024. Okay. Would this be slander? That he keeps repeatedly telling y'all, I never voted, I never lived in Dolton, all of that stuff. Now, unlike other people, I don't just use my parents' address to vote in the election. When I go somewhere, I vote for who I want to vote for. Who was on the live with Sherry last night? Would that be Jedediah? I have a post here. In May, going through all the stuff I was going through. Woman wasn't a resident nor registered voter. Hasn't voted in years. Can you believe how low motherfuckers would go? If she popped that dingbat head up, I'ma release another receipt. Tried to give her ass an out. Can't bully a king that God sent. God, Dolton, I got your back. Now, what do me voting or not have to do with Dolton and the crisis going on in the sexual assault? I don't know. She is pathetic as fuck, playing with the pain of Dolton. But we saw why she's a failed actress and a habitual liar. Woman never was a resident. What else it got going on here? I'm just sliding. This one is good. Let me put this one on the screen. Let me see if I can get it. Because this is a good one. I can pull it up. Hold on, guys. Let me try to pull up all these receipts. I've been under attack under this group for too long, and all I ask for is to leave me alone. I should be able to walk in my neighborhood and mind my business just like you are able to. Why do y'all continue with me? And then hide behind Jedediah and say you don't know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. And you know who you're sending to attack me. Stop it. Stop it. Solve some of these cases. Isn't it a case after case? What happened to the drugs in fire station number 2? Wasn't that a $10,000 reward? Let me drop this phone line right here for the people I know. I'm tired, you guys. It's not that serious, and they get a kick out of trying to bully people. Just so you know, as I showed you in that video, they get a kick out of that. And then they get a kick of y'all on the outside saying, oh, we're y'all in the good fight. It's Tiffany. And no, Tiffany didn't pay me to say that. I'm tired on Tiffany ain't helping me at all. I'm tired on my own accord. I'm too old for this, and I would think the people that are doing this that's older than me, they would be tired too. Now here's this post. Her lying ass removed the video. I can't believe how low a person would go to steal from people truly hurting. Now, this is because I had an Amazon wish list. I had an Amazon wish list. This is because I had an Amazon wish list. Not a resident, not a registered voter, lied on bigger YouTubers. Which big YouTubers did I lie on, y'all? Do y'all recall? See, this is all, isn't this all together when you see what happened on Martin yesterday a little bit? Tons of wordplay on emotions, misrepresentation of conversation, fake receipts, slander, attacks, and defamation. No worries. We recorded it all. Okay, hold on. Let me give you something else to record.
My 48-hour notice is my 48-hour notice. Everybody give our notices because.
Hold on.
And countryside, and they want to be away from, the chaos of the world. So when I'm looking at this conscious person, you are going to pay for what you did to Burgundy Blue. Bitch, you got a top secret security clearance and you can't even tell that the woman was faking and has yet to prove or make any case of anything that was done to her. And what's so sad is that her talking points is being a Dolton resident, which was disproved. Oh, you're doxing. Motherfucker wasn't even voting. Didn't vote. And so, right, they tell you when you get a security clearance not to tell anyone that you have it because they don't have a need to know. Come on, man. Come on, Sig Girly 2023. I have a security clearance and you're going to make me come out of retirement. Now, I want to be very clear here about something. I told y'all, people are going to make things whatever they want it to be. But my 48-hour notice is my 48-hour notice. Everybody give our notices because.
So Andrew Holmes didn't get a 48-hour notice to answer. He didn't get a documentary, just Burgundy Blue. Why don't y'all just leave me alone? If I find out you're not who you are when you're calling in right here, because yesterday they wanted to call in as Martin G. John, said they wanted to call in as everything, I'm hanging up on you, okay? So that's just it. That's just all. Okay, you're on the air. Hello?
Could you hear me?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Hey, hon, how you doing?
I'm okay. How you doing today? I'm a little drained.
Babe.
We still don't know, Big Mike. We don't know what a 48-hour notice even means. It's just that they want to embarrass you and lie on you and all that stuff.
And where I get confused at, hon, I ain't mean to cut you off, babe.
No.
It just baffles me that I don't understand that if I don't agree with you, am I wrong for that? I have to have the same opinions and thoughts as you do? Or I will be just, blasted and drugged and talked about like a dog. I'm not understanding this.
Yeah.
I want to see how we can fix this and get us back on one accord. But we also have to learn to agree to disagree. It's okay. It's okay to say I'm sorry when I'm wrong. It's okay. We're going to worry ourselves to death. Going back, we got to figure something out, babe.
I don't know what to figure out because today I had a good experience though. It was really cool. Everybody was really welcoming today, but I know when we go to the board meeting at 4 today, it won't be the same way. And it's just the whole thing of they want to bully you into a corner until you fold and just lie on you and drain your pockets going to court and all this crazy stuff. It's ridiculous, but none of the problems that's really happening in Dolton get solved.
And I think it's so much focus on other things, we ain't paying attention to the main things. It's throwing everybody completely off. We ain't checking nothing. We ain't double checking this. That's why I had said before, it's so much mess going on out here. You know, if I was a genie in the bottle, I'd snap my hand and everything would go away.
Yeah, I can't wait for the election to come and go.
This is draining.
Yeah, and then and then this is my thing. It's gonna be the same bullies that's bullying now that's gonna hold the jobs. So all of a sudden your water gonna get cut off. You're gonna have problems with tickets. It's gonna be a whole nother issue. So I have to address it now because they know I'm a Thornton Township resident. They know that. But they like to drag me online just to make the people be like, oh, this group, Miss Thelma, Miss Sherry, they so sweet. They really trying to fight for Dolton. And then you don't see exactly what's going on here. Then when they get to me, it's like she's trying to stop 3 years of work. No, y'all keep messing with me. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. That's it.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's not fair to no resident that, rather I go back to say again, if I don't agree with you, we don't gotta go this far. It's just a vote. It's a vote. We don't have to drag each other. We dragging each other so bad over a vote. This ain't gonna last the rest of our life. It's just a moment in our life. My question to the people is, what are we going to do to prevent this from happening in the next 10 or 12 years? Because it can happen to us again.
Well, you know what? If Jason gets in there, usually they're going to be an incumbent because the mayors, the mayors here, you guys, if you didn't know, it's going to be Tiffany. If she's a one-term mayor, it would be history because Shaw stayed here forever till he died. Lewis stayed till he died. Did Hart die? I can't remember did Hart die? No, or did he get beat by Shaw? I have to look that up. I forgot. But most of the male mayors, they stay here all the way to they leaving the Pine Box. They keep, they're incumbents. So
I don't think most of them probably was this intense with the residents. Tiffany, I really don't think she don't stand a chance only because of her mouth.
Yeah.
Her mouth was her downfall. On top of now you made people want to look into you just because of the way you were speaking.
You know what? You hit it on the head. Like, I love when she be trying to do for the community because that wasn't done. Like her bringing stuff to Dolton, it wasn't this much stuff coming to Dolton like before. And I really like that. I saw the guys out there today picking up the branches and the dump trucks going down the street. And it was just really organized. She really be putting in that work. But her mouth, like
that's her downfall.
I hate that she speaks up. That was the lady last night, Miss Cassandra. It was the same way with her. I was like, just stop.
I felt so bad. I know I needed to apologize and everything. Oh Jesus, I felt so bad. I was trying to just make a point. I don't even know if it was a point. I was just trying to say how I felt and everything. And I believe she came on to try to protect me or defend me. Maybe that's
okay. I didn't finish the live. I didn't know what happened.
I believe she tried to defend me. And when she came in, I didn't know who she was. She was not lying when she said she came on as a resident because she announced her coming in as a resident and stuff. And me and Miss Sherry and Mr. Lee talking and everything, and Miss Thelma came in and she was calm and everything and nice with me on the line. And she got us a little under control. And and I had they asked. I don't know if I asked them. Somehow it came up that I brought it up that they asked me if I'm not voting for Tiffany nor Clean House 2025, who am I voting for? And that's when I told them, come on, I don't got to say who I'm voting for, but it is another person in Dolton running. And there is another person. Yeah, she a lady. She a Republican. Now that's why I got it wrong at. I only saw her video on a couple of the YouTubers. I never heard her spoke anything. I didn't even know her name, but I knew they said that she was running. I didn't know that was the lady that called and stuff. So when she called to defend me and everything, she did state she was a relative. I mean, a resident. But soon as she said something, when I said that is a Republican lady running, she said I'm an independent, and it went just so far left. It was I couldn't even say nothing at that point. I was baffled. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what did I do? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that to happen to her. I did not mean that. I was just calling just to have a relief to just talk with my people. Just we can have some good conversations. We don't have to agree, but just don't give up on me because I don't agree with you. We can fix all of this. Don't hate me because I don't agree with you. That's what and I think she was trying to defend, and it came out. I just think it came out so wrong, and it wasn't right. And if that young lady and anybody that felt some type of way from what I stated, I apologize. But I was just stating what's wrong with us all not agreeing. We ain't got to hate each other.
It's hard because the tensions are high because I try to tell people the energy here, the energy here is so bad. So it'll catch on. You'll go left in a minute because I know as soon as you can't get your point across on Martin's show, and I like the show because it's like you get to talk instead of that 3 minutes at the podium. But when you can't get your point across, they insult you. And then the chat insulting you. Then the people on the phone insult. So then you go off,
And my thing is, if they had saw me prior on Martin's show, remember when I let you know that was me yelling and everything, they would have saw I was, I wasn't just going in. I was compassionate about Dolton. But it's not, it shouldn't, it's wrong to me to just, y'all tell me to look only to the right side. I can never look to the left. I'm not built that way. And then for people to get upset with people, these same YouTube people that y'all came to for help, y'all came to them for help. And baby, y'all did y'all thing. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all was researching, pulling paperwork, everything. America was done with Tiffany. But one thing they didn't expect them same YouTubers to do was also research them.
Oh, you're not kidding, because that's the thing I always say, will the cameras go away when the new administration come in? What's going to happen? I'm going to bring the next caller up. Caller,
go ahead.
You can stay on if you want to, Reload.
Okay.
You're a new caller. All I ask, you can have your opinions, just be respectful. Don't show us any butts or nothing weird. we had a flasher one time on my show. It was weird. I had to shut the whole live down. We had a whole flasher. I was like, oh, okay, you guys, this is the first time we have a new caller, so let's be kind to her in the chat, or them. Okay. Hello, you're live. Helen, you live. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, we hear you now. Go right ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we do. Cute earrings, by the way.
You know what? Some talking in the background. Can people put their phones on mute?
Yes, ma'am. I put mine on.
Go ahead. You got the floor. I couldn't hear it. Thanks for telling me.
Okay. Please.
Can you hear? Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. I hope you guys can hear me.
You're good. You're clear.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I am.
Take your time. This is an
Oh,
emotional
babe.
situation. It's an emotional. Take your time.
Bless
You
your
have
heart.
the floor. We're not
I'm just
pressuring
saying,
you.
can people put their phones on mute?
We did, babe.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me on your platform. This is a couple of There's a couple of things that I just want to speak about. One being the Martin, the show last night, Martin Johnson's Live. I love his show. I listen to his show all the time. Although last night I was a bit disappointed in some of the callers. Once
Let me pause. Are you hearing something I'm not hearing?
I'm delayed.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're muted. Go ahead.
Okay. So there was a current mayoral candidate, Cassandra Hobson Jordan, I believe. She's an independent candidate, and she is on the ballot to run for mayor of Dolton. I felt like the callers were very disrespectful toward her. I also felt like if, just like she said, if she doesn't think the way they think, then everybody started kind of like ganging up on her. It was despicable. The attitude from the callers, the way that they approached her. I think she answered every question that was asked of her. She laid down her plan of what she would do. Someone asked her about the finances, and she stated that she would have to see the books to figure out how to get Dolton out of a financial mess. Uh, very, very disappointed at the callers. They were very disrespectful to her. And then no one knew, but when I was looking at Martin's live, Jason House came in on that live. And I commented, I said, well, Jason House is here, maybe he'll join the panel. But he didn't join the panel. Tiana Belcher joined the panel. But everyone went to bully this lady, Cassandra Jordan. They want to bully her because she's exercising her right to vote to run as a candidate in the village of Dolton. Now, I don't live in Dolton, but I have family and a lot of friends that live in Dolton. And Cassandra was right. There are people in Dolton that's not voting clean house. They are not voting Henry. They want to start new. And if those are the voters that she feels like she can tap into, she has every right to do that. And I was flabbergasted at the way she was treated on that show last night. But I will say one thing, and that is that she stood her ground. Thank you for allowing me to speak on your panel.
Thank you for calling in, and thank you for getting your point across clearly to us. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sweetheart. God bless.
God bless. That's what I like, that people are able to say what they, what they feel. it doesn't matter, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm just doing commentary. So it might be somebody listening that would want to give Cassandra another chance. I was saying, I think she should call into Martin, not her platform. She needs to call into Martin's show, and Martin not allow caller. I'm not trying to tell him how to run his thing, but not allow callers for maybe 5 minutes and let her get across what
Right,
she.
just let her just speak.
Yeah, and then let them call in, because we all have bad days. So maybe she had a bad day. You know, I had my experience with Miss Jordan, and I was kind of disappointed to see her, because I was one of those people like, man, somebody fresh. You know, I was the same way. But
Yeah.
I was disappointed to hear the way she was going back and forth with the callers as well. But I think if she asked Martin, can I get back on your platform? Because I don't think enough people listen on her platform, and they'll tune in and really give her a chance. And she needs to bring her running mate with her, so he can sort of run interference on certain things, if you will.
I think, you know, I don't think just not her. I think why not all three of them should go on this show or somebody's show and just let us hear what all of them have. What Tiffany, we pretty much know, but she still might have something to say and stuff. But I think Jason, just I think all of them, just like any other candidates, presidents, and stuff, they come on and say what they. I just think all of them should come out and just say it, and it probably be more civil.
What did we say? Big Mike and Garda said that months ago. A mayoral debate is what we need. We need to hear from everybody.
Yeah, because right now everybody coming up with their own thoughts and everything, and it's not gonna go nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna believe otherwise until we see documents. Now the town is document crazy. We need all documents. Ain't nobody trying to listen. We just want to see paperwork.
Yeah.
And it's got to that point and everything. That's why I say that all candidates should come on somebody platform and just talk to us. Explain themselves. Explain what they gonna do for us, how they gonna get this town out of this huge deficit, what they gonna do with the kids, the seniors. There's a lot of things that can be talked about in this town, and they can figure this stuff out. I don't get why we all gotta bash each other and go against each other and everything. Over a vote.
Yeah.
Over a vote.
Over a vote. Like I tell everybody, I gotta live here no matter who the mayor or who's the township supervisor.
You know why I moved out here, Bird? Some people might say I was crazy to run to the fire. It wasn't so much I was hearing Tiffany. I saw how these residents was fighting. I knew then these people probably will fight for me on the day I know I'm tired and I couldn't fight no more. This the town I wanted to be in.
Wow.
A lot of my relatives said I was a fool. Now I'll go to Maywood, Bellwood. Don't go that way. She's crazy. The town gone crazy. You'll never succeed out there. But they didn't, to me, they wasn't getting the big picture. They didn't see that passion. These people got some passion out here. They got some passion out here. These some fighters out here.
But are they fighting for
how to fight for the right thing? We can't fight against each other.
I'm about to say, yeah, they fighting, but which direction is the fight going?
No, we got to keep the fight. You know, all us on one team. All us on one team, and we go after the ones that's messing with us. But we just can't be, okay, you over here, I'm over there. And no, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay. And it's okay when we do wrong by each other just to say, I'm sorry. You know, them couple of words will go a long way. I will quickly say, call me the apology lady, because I never know how I make somebody feel. You might not interpret it the way I interpret things. So I'm going to be quick to say, I apologize if I made you feel some way. I truly am sorry. And God knows I'll be sorry when I say it.
You'll be, it's about being sincere.
Yes.
And you know what? While and this is the thing. Everyone thinks it's a shoe in, but when I lived in Cali for a little bit, they had a I think Schwarzenegger. I think he was. I don't know. I always get because I was going back and forth. I think he was the governor out there, and that was a shock to a lot of people. But then somebody in our area won as a write-in for like a local town. And that was a big thing. And I'm like, I know everybody think it's a shoe-in, but just that group is going to the meetings. People might start writing their own name in. We don't know.
People getting tired. People is learning. There's a lot of people that know how to sign up for this or change. There's a lot of people that learn. Don't be surprised. How many people is truly on them ballots?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who in there. We just know what the media is talking about.
You know, today they're still fighting for the township, and I found it interesting because both candidates that were there, they tried not to put, even when the media tried to push it on, what about Tiffany? What about Tiffany? They stuck to what they are going to do to make a difference. They didn't even make it about Tiffany. And I appreciated that because Tiffany could resign tomorrow. But what are we going to do as a community?
Exactly.
Would that make everything better? Like, what are we going to do? Just one person gone? What are we going to do to heal the Southland?
Exactly. And I think if something, this is tragic what happened to out here. This is tragic.
Mm-hmm. And people laughing at us.
It's so tragic that it's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
And if it scares you enough, you will want to think about the future. So I go to my thoughts. How could this be prevented from happening again? So that's why I had to step back from Tiffany, Clean House 2025. I have to see the whole picture.
Yeah, just see the whole picture.
Yeah. And it's okay for me to look around. One thing, a great thing about a mind, it can always be changed. But don't down me because I'm in my thoughts right now. You never know, from a conversation between me and you can convince me otherwise. Us people, we need to stop this stuff. We need to stop this stuff. This town can be saved if we get on one accord. If we get on one accord, do you know the things we can do? I just want the town. I want everybody, just put yourself in that other person's shoes.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I try to lead with. Like, we were talking about that yesterday. Like, I try to lead with, you don't know what somebody's going through. It be people going with battles we don't even know they're dealing with. So, and I know I've been in that situation and people didn't know because, you know, sometimes people look a certain way on the outside, but dealing with hell on the inside.
Exactly.
So, I try to do that with everybody. But now when it comes to the bullying, I have to put a stop to it. So I'm gonna continue the show because I want to go to what happened to Choose Compassion the other day as well.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you soon. I always appreciate you.
Oh, babe, I love talking with you, and you keep your head up. You're not fighting alone.
Thank you so much.
And remember, I'm out here too.
Okay, bless you. We'll get over this. We will.
That's the great thing about it. We will get over it.
You know what I loved? You was like, no matter who is in there, life goes on. Isn't that a fact? Life's gonna go.
I promise you, my light bill's still gonna come in 30 days.
Baby, comment gonna be like, excuse me, Nightcore.
They don't care about Tiffany, and they gonna send their bills out. Life will move on.
Dalton gonna send a water bill with Tiffany name on or whoever else.
Stop that because I might get it. Stop. Please don't speak no bills. Nothing of a water bill. No, we're not gonna chill on that bill right there, Bert.
All right, you take care.
All right, babe. You take it easy, and blessings to all of y'all. Enjoy conversating with y'all, babe.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I have somebody backstage. I just have to let you go, babe, because, and I won't say your name because you called me a lot of names in Martin Live the other day. So I just don't want to get into the back and forth. But I appreciate you calling in, and you can email me your questions or chat in the chat in the text. I mean the type in the chat. I don't have the energy to go back and forth, babe. Okay. Bless you though, and Happy New Year. All right, you guys. Let's go to the next situation. And there you go. Girl, go take your blood pressure medicine, love, and relax. This is my channel. Go to a channel you like. Bless you. All right. Send that thesis in. You send that dissertation in for your master's. You type too long, boo. All right. You backstage, Miss Passion. Go ahead. I see you backstage. I won't bring you up. Yeah, we not doing that today. We're not doing that today. And I was totally respectful to you. And you see how you got out of pocket and got disrespectful? That's your problem. Thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. Shout out to Mom. Thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. See, that's your problem. This my channel. Jesus, y'all need to get it together. This my story. This my story, boo. This what I get to tell. You know what I mean? Just so you know. This my story, love bug. Hold on. Let me do some more adjusting. Hold on, guys. Let me play this right quick, and then we're gonna continue the show. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all can't see what's happening behind the scenes. So it's a caller that don't like me, and they call me out my name in every live they get, every chance they get. So when you call in, I can see your name, and then I try to ask you. You let me tell you, you don't have to agree with me. I will take everything. I just ask you to be respectful. But if I seen you in chats calling me out my name, or on Dolton Politics calling me out my name, no, you can't get on my show to talk. And then they wanted to send a whole dissertation about how I'm the most horrible person in the world, basically. So that's why they didn't get up here. Okay, bringing up Gardis Watts. Hey, Gardis.
Hey, Berg.
How's it going?
How's the non-voter doing?
Well, I haven't voted it. I haven't voted any elections yet. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, see, you're very unpatriotic. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out, I haven't voted in no elections. And look, I'm still getting heckled behind the scenes. And guess what? Didn't call the person out, didn't say their name, and they just want to go loose. It's crazy.
And see, I don't get that. It's so funny. I want to tell this because when you saw me backstage, you sent a text to me asking if this was me, and I had to say yes, because I guess apparently there have been people who've been getting on your show when you sent out the link with all these names trying to get on, and you know what? It goes to show the dysfunction that even people like you have to deal with. Like you know me and Jed don't like each other. I don't go to Jed's live unless he talks about me. The only time I ever got in his chat is when he put that picture up of me and that other guy accusing us of still in the house, clean house 2025, which I had no part of. So it's like when when he put my face up there, then that's when I had to get on this live. But other than that, I don't listen to what Jed has to say.
Me neither. If somebody send me something, I'll just, and I appreciate y'all, I'll just save it. But then when it keeps going on, like I didn't say nothing to Jed the other day. I don't even understand what happened. I'm like, so I get up like, oh, okay. So but now you're calling. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, no, but I just, you know, and I saw like there's like about 110 people in the room, so I'm pretty sure a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want them to hear I want them to hear from me, because I just feel like this whole situation with Dolton and Thornton Township, and as you know, for the people who don't know, I am a South Holland resident, but actually I live on the border of Dolton, because the part of South Holland that I live in, and if anybody wants to look it up, I am a resident of South Holland. You know, all this whole, well, you know, you're not from Dolton. You're not from Dolton. Well, I'm not from South Holland either, but I live here now.
But you're not a registered voter, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not a registered voter. Okay, but you know, because where I live at is so ironic. Because I live close to the border of Dolton, I can walk. It's a 25-minute walk to the Dolton City Hall, going north, and going south, it's like a 10-minute walk to Thornton Township. So I'm kind of like, you know, close to both areas. Like I said, even though I don't live in Dolton, but you know, I was listening to that live yesterday, and you know what? I listened to like about 20-25 minutes, and then when Jed got on, I hung up because I couldn't do it. It's starting to upset my stomach when I hear certain people talk, and maybe, you know, maybe people start getting upset when they hear me talk. So hopefully me talking in your live can clear the bushes.
Conscious just cleared the bushes. Thank you, Conscious. 5 Burgundy Blue memberships. Thank you, Conscious. We appreciate it.
You know, because when people have, you know, straight analysis of what's going on, because people are so short-sighted about this whole situation that if we get rid of Tiffany, everything's going to be fine. And I just Tiffany's definitely a problem, but she grew up in this culture. She grew up in this Dolton politic culture, and unfortunately, it has infested in Thornton Township. Now, like I said, I think I said this yesterday. Love or hate Frank Zuccarelli, he kept Dolton stable. Like, you rarely heard Thornton Township. You rarely heard Thornton Township in the news. Some of the few times he's been on the news is when, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Big Mike is in the chat, so he can clarify this for me. You know, it's so funny. He actually he tried to use $106,000 worth of taxpayers' money to pay for an effort to give the Nobel Peace Prize to the victims of the Charleston massacre.
Church. Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
And there were many residents who kind of questioned him on that. And actually, he funded a $45,000 trip where I think it was like 15 people that went with him to that Charleston to the funeral. And many people questioned that. And I remember that being on the news because, you know, many people questioned why is Frank spending this much money on taxpayers, you know, in Thornton Township. And that was like the last big thing I've heard from Frank. Now, mind you, you know, there's been some other things that has been on the news with Frank, but he's relatively kept Dolton from big mainstream media news. I mean, if you really want to know some of his dirt, you probably have to either work there or know who he is. But other than that, he's relatively kept them very quiet. So this whole thing about all these politicians converging to Thornton Township is, to me, it's not shocking, but I'm not surprised. But the resources that Thornton Township is about to get because of our tax hike is going to be ridiculous in the next couple of years, and I'm willing to, the amount of homes that are being abandoned, particularly in Dolton and in some of the other areas in the Southland, it's going to be a crazy next 4 years, because, as you know, we got an incoming president that's coming in. Many people have been preparing for this. They've been kind of politically trying to shield themselves, as you saw with the contract negotiations with the Chicago Teachers Union. Stacey Davis was mentioning about how they needed to get this contract done so they can have some sort of protection, because, as you know, when Trump gets in the office, there's going to be a lot of restructuring with the educational system, and that means a lot of federal funds to many of these public school districts are going to be either cut or slashed. And many districts that are around this area rely on that federal money. So people are being very careful in the public sector and also in the private sector, because, with the I'm interested to see how this immigration issue is gonna play itself out, because people have been concerned about it. I always say the core issue of the immigrants is the foreign policy that this government has. If people look at the foreign policy of what this government does to other countries, if it was humane, and if it was a foreign policy that actually dealt with mutual agreement and peace, then we wouldn't have all these immigrants, trying to come into the country. If we stopped decimating countries like Venezuela, we wouldn't have so many Venezuelans coming in. But yet, that's something that people don't pay attention to. A lot of people ignore that because they're so focused on the domestic policy. And it's sad, because going back to this Thornton Township situation, and I think the woman who was on before me was saying that people don't look at the bigger picture. Yeah. And the bigger picture is what has been going on in Dolton for the last 20, 30 years. And if you don't think stuff that's been happening 20 years ago doesn't affect what it is now, then you're not looking at the bigger picture. And I appreciate that elder. I'm not sure she's an elder, but she sounds like it. And when I say elder, I mean that's a form of respect, because we had this conversation. There's elders, and then there's old people. Elders hold a higher esteem because of the fact that they're calm, they have wisdom. And old people, you see them at the meetings, they're just old people. That's all they are. but that elder called before me had a great point. You got to see the bigger picture. And for her to be reluctant to support, Jason House, because Jason House comes out of the camp that that people wanted to get rid of in 2021, and that's Riley Rogers.
Yeah, and he kind of got past that. It was like kind of weird, because he went from Riley, and nobody won on Riley ticket but Brittany. Everybody lost on that ticket, and he kind of skated through and got on Tiffany ticket, and then now we're here.
Yeah, and I want to say this too, because I hear the narrative of when they talk about Tiffany, and how, for one, like they call her the recall mayor, right?
Yeah.
But yet she's still the mayor.
Yeah.
So what happens in a recall? Oh, there was a technicality, and the judge decided, an appellate judge decided that we did it wrong. Okay, so whose fault is that? It's not the judge's fault, because if you did it wrong, then you did it wrong. So while they like to hinge upon, well, Tiffany was recalled, even though she technically wasn't, they like to hinge upon the invalid vote that happened in June of 2021, where she actually did get a 56% recall from the people who voted. Now, I don't know if you know, Berg, how many people participated in that particular referendum vote?
I could look it up, because I know it was like, you mean when she got recalled?
Yeah, when they took the recall vote.
I know she got like 56%. Let me put it up.
Yeah. What was the voters?
Oh, that yeah, because it could be that same group.
Exactly.
3,496 people. 56. Hold on, let me pull that up, you guys. So 3,000 people voted, which I think is Big Mike could probably confirm. I'm gonna look. Is that more than who voted in the election? But 3,496 people. 1,960 people voted to recall her, and 1,536 people voted not to recall her. So it was still close.
I mean, it was very close. So for me, when they spin that recall narrative, because for one, it was a reckless decision, and I blame and to me, and I hope the people in the bushes hear me loud and clear from the Jason House people, it was your legal counsel who gave you the wrong idea that you could do this and do this in a matter in one particular referendum, because in Illinois there isn't much precedent to go up on when you're talking about recall officials, because it's in the last, I think, 10 years, they officially put in the Constitution that they're able to recall the governor, and that is only on certain cases, and you have to have a certain amount of signatures to get, to put the governor on the recall ballot. Now, in the whole history of Illinois, only one public official has been recalled, and it's a woman in Buffalo Grove in 2010 who got recalled. There is no precedent of elected officials being recalled within their first year of being in the seat. And so for them to kind of rush this whole thing, because all they had to do was actually put the referendum on the June ballot and then wait a couple of months until the next election cycle to actually put her on the recall ballot. And that probably would have worked. But they were so in rush. They were so excited to get her out of there, but they tripped on their own feet.
Yeah. And we always go back to what Dan Lee said. Dan Lee was like, you know what, this might not be a good idea. And they never answered that one question, how much the recall costs. But I did a FOIA for the recall. I won't even go there with the FOIAs.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. The person who is in that particular group had told them back then that they don't need to be doing this recall.
Yeah.
And he might have had a different a reason, because I think he did say that it was because of election burnout, and that's probably true. But I think he had an unconscious sense that this might not work out the way we think it's going to work out. But they were so in a rush to get her out of there that they just could not wait. They couldn't wait for the next election cycle to recall it. They had to mash everything in one instance. And don't forget, Dolton went through this before. This is why history is important. If you remember, Riley Rogers tried to recall Tiffany, tried to recall Stan Brown, and tried to recall Robert Hunt, the trustees in 2015. And what happened in that one? It backfired because Riley did it wrong. He tried to pass the referendum through the board, whereas according to Illinois law, it's supposed to be a public referendum when people vote on it. So that went down the toilet. But I mean, this is why people don't read their history. They tried to do this before. Tiffany has survived 2 recalls. When are you people gonna learn? When are you people gonna learn?
And you know what? It's weird because I thought when I saw it on the ballot, which of course I didn't vote for. When I saw it on the ballot, I was wondering, I was wondering. I said, "Oh, she's gonna be gone." I never would have thought Tiffany would have been not recalled. I thought it was gonna be a vote and she was out because it was so fast. And then when I said, "Wait a minute, she's still here." And then she played the disco song at the board meeting. And I said, y'all just losing. But they had a whole bus, Gardis. They had a whole bus, like a mega bus. How much did a bus?
I definitely remember. But the problem, see, here's the thing, and the problem with recalls. I mean, it can be helpful, but it can also be dangerous. Certain states have actually banned recall. Mm-hmm. Like you can't recall anybody in certain states. But the thing about recalls is that, and this is the problem in Illinois, mm-hmm. recalls. The thing about recalls is it has to be more specific in detail. Like you can only recall a person. Now it's so funny because we have an indicted mayor in the Southland who's still the mayor. And nobody has yet to recall him.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So now everybody's getting recall heavy because now there's a move in Chicago to try to recall Brandon Johnson, which that's gonna fall in the toilet as well because of the fact that, like I said, recalls is a very delicate, serious situation where I think the only thing, and I don't know if this is defined in Illinois law, but unless you are legally indicted or you have some sort of evidence of you of criminal behavior, criminal activity, then I feel like you should be recalled at that point. But other than that, just because I don't like you, and even in the case of Tiffany in the beginning where she was just basically misappropriating funds, I don't believe that you should be recalled for that. But yet people are so desperate and so self-serving with their efforts that now and tell me if I'm wrong, Berg. After she survived that recall, I feel she doubled down on her on her behavior.
Well, you know what? I feel the same thing about what's happening now. Like with this, like they think they're putting her in a corner with this 60 days for the people to vote because they don't want her to appoint somebody. I feel like it's going to be even worse no matter if they person get the seat. I feel like, okay, all right, I'm going to show y'all.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And like I said, I think she doubled down because I think you had that, you had showed that Tea with the Trustees video when Dan Lee had suggested not to do the recall. But guess who? Was that the same one where Tiffany came to that and made an appearance?
Tiffany walked into a room. Yes, Gardner. She walked into a room full of people that she knew wanted to recall her, invited them to Thornridge to get Christmas gifts. Nikita holding the baby on her shoulder. And Tiffany is like, okay, I'm gonna listen to all y'all have to say, but still come get these Christmas gifts at Thornridge.
Now I want to tell the audience, this is not hearsay. This is actual video. Berg, you got it on your channel. Whoever in the chat who's a mod, please.
Oh yeah, I have the date, I think, in my head. Tea with the Trustees. I think it was Christmas 12/11. Because I couldn't believe it, and They read her down, and she still took it. She still took it. And she was like, I'm trying, y'all. Nobody should be. Is I got it right here. T with the trustees, 12, 11, 21. So she hadn't made it within a year. It's a good watch, you guys. It's a good watch just to see. She still tried it. You could sort of see it in her face, like she says sometimes in the beginning. She was like, I asked if we could do a retreat. I asked if we could do this, if we could do that. And it was just no, no, no. And now I think, like you said, she doubled down. I think you're absolutely right about that. Like, I tried. Now, if you think, it's almost like you think I'm so bad, I'm going to be bad now. You ever saw people like that?
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
And that's exactly what she did. But that's the thing about Dolton politics. They were all like that.
Yeah.
If you don't succumb to the way that they're thinking, then guess what? We gonna fight you to the end. We're gonna fight until it hurts. We're gonna do all this crazy stuff, even if it hurts the residents.
Yeah. Because what's right now, what's gonna happen tonight? I'm trying to reach Critical to see if he'll be there. What's happening tonight is still y'all hurting the residents, and people are always in my inbox like, I don't understand what's going on, or in the chat they're like, well, they're doing this because they don't want her to appoint anyone. I'm not saying that's not, they have to sometimes, that's why we don't have insurance. So it's almost like you said, it's the lesser of two evils is still evil.
The lesser of two evils is still evil.
Yeah,
I wish people would remember that when they go vote, because everybody keep talking about, well, this is the less. No, this is still evil, because I think people look too much into personalities, and this is why Tiffany gets so much of the brunt. And don't get me wrong, she deserves a lot of it, if not all of it, because of the fact that the way she acts, the way she behaves. Now, and one of the things that people keep talking about, well, why hasn't the feds come and arrested her? Because of the fact that there is no concrete evidence that she stole everything, even though everybody keeps saying, she's stealing the money. Well, show me some proof that she stole the money. Now, I can show you where she mismanages money. I can show you where she misappropriates money, but it's not illegal because of the fact that she is the executive. She has the right to do that. Now, obviously, the trustee board has also powers over the purse, which I didn't get that whole situation of the recall, because if you understood when she first got into as the mayor, the board was still stacked against her. She only had two people. She actually had only one person supporting her, and that was Andrew Holmes. So think about that. Why would you recall her when you know the board is stacked against her?
You are absolutely right. Someone said, and I want to answer this, and I want your opinion. So she got big-headed when she became the supervisor. That was 12 of 2021. Now, she didn't become the supervisor then because Frank was still alive. And then LeVar. I know it gets confusing. I'm the same way. But she didn't become the supervisor until March of 22, I believe, because Frank died in, was it January or February of 22? January. So this is the thing, LeVar, I can agree with you on if you feel like she got big-headed, but I also can say I think a lot of people got a little jealous when she got those 2 seats. Like, how did she? Because I think that if Tiffany would have, this is my opinion, I do not know this for a fact, if she would have stepped down and handed the mayorship over, we might not be in this pickle.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true, but her ego was not gonna, her ego was not gonna let herself do that. Even though that probably would have been the right thing to do. Would she have been different? I don't know. But at the same time, she could have still made a conscious choice to say, well, you know what? Let me focus on the township. Let me focus on this. And maybe at that point, those detractors from Dolton don't even come to the township meetings. I mean, heck, they didn't even come to the township meetings in their first year as supervisor.
Well, you know what? Because when you think, you're right. But when you think about it, Tiffany was a new mayor and a new supervisor, that was a lot of pressure to deal with. So maybe if she could have focused on just one role, but then I always try to think about what I would do in her shoes. She's probably like, it's no chance they're going to reelect me again, but I got a chance in Dolton, so I'm gonna hold on to both seats and gamble. You know, at least I'll have one. uh I don't know.
And maybe she would have thought about that. But at the same time, um, if she would have obviously if she would have did a good job at the township, she would definitely got reelected, because the township basically, we, people in the township like stability. And then this is going past Dolton, because when you're talking about the 17 municipalities, we like stability.
Mhm.
Many people knew about Frank. Many people knew there have been some underdealings that Frank has done to certain people in certain places. But the thing about Frank was he kept the township stable. He kept them out
Mhm.
of the news. We weren't on the verge of bankruptcy.
Mhm.
It was stable. And so it doesn't even matter if whoever your favorite villain is running the township. If they could just keep the township stable, keep the services coming, keep them out of the news, they will reelect you again. And that's all Tiffany had to do, because the blueprint was there. All she had
Mhm.
to do was just follow what Frank did.
You absolutely right. You know what? I think that she tried to make everything more youthful and extra, and that was her downfall. But she literally could have cookie cut the whole thing, just like you said, kept the same everything. The changes, she wanted to make it her own, and she probably could have did that her second term and not this term. She probably like, I didn't like that hap. What's that zap change the
Yeah,
hap?
exactly. Yeah,
I thought that was so petty.
yeah, she made it into to HAP. That was one of her first mistakes, because you know when Frank was alive, and when he died, she had all of these accolades about him and how he was a mentor. Now all of a sudden, Frank was still in this and still in that, and he had the township in a deficit, which, like I said, she still hasn't come up with receipts for that one. But yeah, and I agree. The numbers always change about the surplus. First it was 5 million, it's 15, now it's 21 million. Like, okay.
It changed. It do change. I was like, now I know I took notes last month. You said, did the surplus change over the weekend? I was like,
Yeah, exactly. Like the surplus changes, every time she says that, which I'm, like I said, she's not listening. If she has some sort of political consultants, she's not listening to them, or they're giving her bad advice. She needs to really step back and look at some of the stuff. She should review some of the stuff that she says in these meetings and in interviews, and just really, really concentrate on some of the wording that she says. Because I think, as a like, if you're a politician, you just can't let stuff fly out of your mouth, even if it's true.
mm-hmm.
Because that whole thing with her saying Carmen was dumb.
Oh
That
gosh.
that was so inappropriate. And let's just say she was. Maybe she did say something stupid. You don't say that in public. You don't say that in public.
You don't say, if you think, because you know what, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm saying this publicly out my mouth. When Carmen said, God forbid someone get hurt by a toy, I said, oh God. I was over there too in the corner, like, stop.
Oh,
but it can happen.
Yeah. So somebody talked. LeVar Thompson said, did
Mm-hmm.
the township take out a loan? Yes, the
Mm-hmm.
township did take out a loan. Now I want to explain it, because this is something that I saw when I was looking over the audit reports back in June. There was a $5 million loan taken out last year for operating expenses.
Last year?
Yes, for operating expenses. This is what is titled in the audits. It's a $5 million loan for operating expenses. Now,
Ooh.
what's so funny is, you also, if you compare the numbers from last year to the year before, there is a $330,000 payroll deficit, which means salaries have been cut, which means people have been let go. She cut a lot of jobs in the township. This is not something that I'm making up. This is something that I saw in the numbers. So there's a $330,000 reduction in payroll, but yet she takes a $5 million loan out for operating expenses. Now, what does that say? I'm not sure, but I'm taking a guess that she needed that $5 million to pick up on whatever services or whatever roles that got cut that the township needs.
Whoa.
So, you know, when you look at that, that's basically, you know, you basically mismanaging the money in the township, and that's not right, because the brunt of that cost goes to the taxpayers.
So it's like they put it right. They put the money right back in. Because they're like, you're gonna get that. Is that why she's trying to get that tax rebate out? The $2 million, is that helping or not?
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, you know, the thing about the tax rebate thing is, first of all, while the tax rebate is available to all township residents, you have to apply for it, and you have to be a homeowner. As you know, there are people in the township who rent. It's not for you because you rent. It's only for homeowners who pay property taxes, and then you have to apply. So depending on how many people apply, that's where that pot splits up, because, you know, there's people who just estimate the number. Well, I'm only gonna get $30. Well, that all depends. If majority of the 158,000 people in the township, you know, register, then yeah, you may only get $30-40 million. But all of them are not property owners. You know, may not apply. Now, I mean, there's been times where I got like $120 something back. You know, okay, that's fine. That's nice lunch money. But you know, it all depends.
Wow. I got one more question for you, Goddess. So what do you think, how long, so we know today it won't be a quorum. How long do you think this strike will last, if you could estimate? Is it going to be, because I thought we had to wait for the resignation to be accepted, but I'm confused, because I did ask the question, has Jerry officially resigned, which he did, but the board has to accept his resignation, and Clerk Wells is behind in her minutes, so I don't know if it was accepted yet, because I mean, honestly, I know why she behind all that public comments. But how long you think this strike will last, and do you think they will force Tiffany to resign by doing this?
Well, that's the whole goal, is to force Tiffany to resign, which I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
She's going to ride this out until the end. Obviously, her, even after the election, they won't be sworn in until, I think it's mid-May when they get sworn in. So Tiffany will be supervisor until May. I'm not sure how she will handle that after the election, because I have seen people who right after the election just automatically leave. Take, for instance, you know what's so ironic, speaking of Harvey, that's what happened to Eric Kellogg.
He sure did. He left. Didn't he leave? Didn't he leave before he?
The night Chris Clark won the election, Eric Kellogg vacated City Hall.
He was done.
He was absolutely done. There was no transition or nothing. He left City Hall immediately. So, yeah, that I've seen that happen before. So maybe Tiffany might do that. You know, who knows? But technically, she will still be supervisor until May.
Okay. This is a lot of pressure. I got one more question. I'm gonna let you go. Do you think that she's gonna fight the caucus. I was talking to Sidney Moore, I think, today, and he knew a lot about the caucus, and he was saying that's why he had to run independent, to basically try to his chance to get on the ballot. Do you think she will try to fight the dots?
I'm, you know, with her is so confusing because I'm trying to find out what legal precedents she would have to fight it. She doesn't have much time because the election is what, 4 months away, and so I don't know what the grounds or precedents or whatever is handling this whole thing is going to. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? If she hasn't said it, then probably she's not. But other than that, I don't see her fighting it because I don't see where the fight is at.
Yeah.
Like, is she talking about accusing the caucus for voter suppression?
Okay.
Well, I mean, she can't really go on those grounds because of the fact that a caucus is not an actual, like, say, an election day type of scenario. You know, because the caucus is actually a private party. You know, legally they do have the right to refuse people, and this is what they base it on. And like I always say, it's a conflict between legality and ethics. Legality and ethics. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's ethical. I mean, we've had lots of laws on our books that did no favors to, let's just say, Black folks. Remember the mandatory sentencing for possession of cocaine that was on the books for a long time. Well, that was a law, and you automatically got I think it was like 5 to 10 years for possession of crack. You know, for crack. But yet somebody, some Colombian or local drug lord can have 20,000 kilos, and if they got the right lawyer, they could have they can only they could get sentenced for probation. But that was that was like the Reagan Bush crack era thing where there was locking a lot of young Black men and some Black women up for small possession of crack cocaine, and some of these people were actually just users of crack cocaine. Because what they would do is like the DA would charge you with intent to distribute, and then at that point you get the mandatory sentence. So those things are on the books, but at the same time it's not ethical. But I mean, there's probably a lot of ordinances that like I said, that's not very ethical, but it's legal. So they turned and unfortunately Tiffany has used the same thing.
Yeah,
she's used the same thing. So like I said, while I can't feel sorry for her, I also I can't feel sorry for her. I also say that wasn't unethical because it didn't just affect Tiffany, it affected a lot of other people who supported her, and whether you like that or not, she still gets support.
Yeah. I don't. And you know what? I don't know if I noticed. I was asking because I noticed I haven't seen Max around, and I usually see him around. And I just was wondering.
What was that, like her 5th, 6th lawyer or something like that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and he wasn't even at the last meeting. So I'm kind of like, I wonder if she got PO'd because he filed that paperwork with the Dixmoor mayor. I want to see if he shows up tonight.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going up there myself and just checking it out and see what's gonna happen.
Okay, well, I'll give you a call a little later. I know Reality Check TV is going live, so I'll check in with you.
All right, then.
All right, thanks for calling.
Okay,
bye. Oh, y'all, as Dolton turns. The Dolton and the Restless. Okay, I want to pull up Choose, and thank you, Gardis, for calling. I want to pull up a video from Choose Compassion. Let's continue. Hit the like button, you guys. This is just a stressful situation all across the board. It's just we're going to talk about it so we can hopefully put it behind us. People have rebuttals and that's their right. But I think it's time to just drop receipts on stuff that we've been quiet about for so long. And, you know, it's just enough is enough. And no, nobody's asking you to cry for them Argentina or be sad or anything like that. It's just enough is enough. And you have to fight for yourself. I appreciate everybody that supports me, but if I'm not speaking up for myself, that's a big problem for me. I don't want to do that. I want to tell y'all my experience, and I want you to see my experience, and then you're able to see my experience, and you could go from there. Okay. Let me see. I think this is the video here. So this is part 2. Hit the like button, you guys. 114 people watching. Try to have an open mind. I know I probably out of 114, 100 people don't like us that called in. That's in the chat. Thumbs up, you guys. Am I on the wrong page? Let's see. Sorry, you guys. Still working this software, trying to figure it out. I still have more to learn. So thanks for bearing with me. All right, let's see what's going on.
Choose Compassion. She's so conflicted in her soul because she deal with rejection and issues. She Choose Compassion really do want to work, but she's so foolish and looking for acceptance. So much of a sheep and so hollow in her inner woman. She don't know how to get it together. What are we going to do about this? You know, anybody who's in the middle of somebody roasting and they start asking about the work, it means that at the core of them, they want to know how to do it. But let me tell you why she's over there and not over here.
Now, I know this ain't for everybody, but why do y'all think that grieving parents take time out of their day to think about other people? We don't care what y'all got going on. We want our babies back. So when people start to talk about anybody that has lost their child or children, worried about our attitude and not our well-being, calling us crazy when it fits the narrative, but you can't call us a liar. Tired of people trying to capitalize off of the death of our children to then turn around and call us crazy. It's shameful. It's disgusting. And secret, we don't think about y'all. And I'm talking about the people who try to tear grieving parents down. But let Mama Teresa take it away.
Hey, y'all. How y'all feeling? I'm coming to y'all today, and no disrespect to nobody, but all praises we give to our God. In the mighty name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. Let me tell y'all something. It's been more threats throughout the years that they sent my way. I want y'all to know it's okay. You say you was going to take my life, me being called the B word, living in the hood, you get used to that. You be called them words, and I'm not grateful to say it, but it's the honest truth. So let me tell you something. You don't hurt me with that, but you using YouTube to threaten me and my family and talking about how you gonna kill us. You and that other clown. Sorry, God. I mean, that nice young king. Y'all kings, let me tell y'all something. Y'all queens or whatever y'all want to be. Y'all want the floor? I'm gonna give y'all the floor. My God said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. In the mighty name of Jesus, I declare and decree any weapon formed to be against me, go to the universe and be destroyed, because I'm not going to wish it back up on you. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If y'all ain't seen who God chose me to be, I beg y'all, be careful what you say about a child of God. Yeah, we all childs of God, but God has some special ones. Be careful the words you send out with that little pink flannel. Be careful what you say, because guess what? It ain't nothing but a double-edged sword. Random News, I thank you. You protect me, and I never met you a day in my life. But I salute you, King, because you look beyond everything and you have the opportunity to learn who I am. I don't watch them other clowns page, but sometimes I might, every now and then. I ain't gonna stop.
And yes, we are grateful to Random News, good friend to the channel, for always bringing it with the receipts, such as.
She shut the protest down because Jad and his crew were stealing money. And you can hear it from my own words.
I found out 2 days ago that it was funds collected for the protests. I thought people was doing it at the cabinets of their heart, but I guess everybody has an agenda. Ones that use my child name in vain just to profit for it.
But let me tell y'all something. The Bible tells us watch as well as pray. And for y'all to be threatening my life and my family life, I ask God to have mercy on y'all. I pray that you and your family have peace, love, and happiness. I studied before. It said, what if the man, how do he lose his soul if he reaping the whole world? It tells me in the Bible that when a man become of the world, so whenever it's my time to go, cancer didn't take me. God knew he was going to use this vessel just a little while longer. And I'm telling God, as long as I'm on here on this earth, to give me the strength to do his will. Teach me how to live right. To help me humble myself so I could continue. Let me not be a blasphemer. Let me learn the knowledge. And not only knowledge, with the understanding of y'all humanly ways. I ask God today to have mercy on y'all soul. Keep on using these YouTubes and these different internet things. But the only thing I ask you, I'm praying, is warning before destruction. Be careful. He said, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets harm. See, y'all threaten me, but it's okay. But when you get to threaten my family, God bless you, sir. Peace.
I absolutely agree. Amen. Amen. And I think that's part of the most damaging thing is it's usually people that use the word Christian and God and the Bible. They say these same things, but touch not thou anointed. We're in a place that most people can't even understand. We are so far beyond the hate and the bullying and the need for clout. We are so far beyond that all we can do is wish you blessings. And until next time, sending love and light.
I said I was going to leave here at 3:45.
Shout out to Choose Compassion. Choose, I don't want to tell your story, but I want to share how maybe you can one day on your channel, the whole breakdown, but Choose was doxxed when all this started. So give you the short version. She tried to help the survivor here in Dolton. She did send resources the first time, like to join the group. And when she said, hey, I have a real nonprofit, Eyewitness Choose, even though she lost children, go out this Christmas and still do for many other kids in the area. Okay. And that's what she does year round. And it's always like, they doxed her, and she had to, well, I'm trying not to say is what you had to do. She had to change locations for the people she cared for because they released her information online. You know what I mean? So she's such a fighter. I'm very proud of her for continuing to do good for people despite what's happening. Like, she doesn't even have to be involved in the Dolton mess. And all she said was, what we're going to do, all she said was, hey, what we're going to do to help these runaways, these other victims, what can I do to help? And it's like, she's hollow, she's shallow, she wants to be, her stance never changed. But the thing about this is, if you're not on their side, you're against them, and it's no way out. And you guys that's in the audience listening to me, I'm a resident. I'm proving to you what's going on. Choose went to the same high school I did. Everyone that does not agree with them, it's a problem. I have another video I want to do. I'm trying to pace it, and it's going to be, I told you, 4 subjects where you're going to see how their lives changed when they were on Tiffany's side of things versus when they got on their side of things. You're going to see the difference. They were getting dragged. And as soon as they complied, life got a little easier. Y'all, I got to keep up my fight. And all I can do is tell y'all the truth of everything that's going on. You don't see me going around dragging people. Hold on one second. You don't see me going around dragging people. The only time I had to say something is my receipts for today, because I'm really tired of her keep on saying that same story. She runs around the neighborhood telling everybody that same story, which is, it sounds weird because everybody said, Berg, isn't that your story she telling? That happened to you. And I don't take anything away from anyone, but I want to show the receipts where, just like now I'm on live. Hold on one second. And you guys, Critical Smoker and Reality Check TV both going live tonight. So make sure you go over there. So y'all don't see me in that Dolton politics group. That's what I told Mrs. Roberts directly. You don't see me over there. So why are you mentioning me over there? Like, why are you keeping this up? You have a direct line to me. You have an email to me. You have everything. You know where I'm at. Why do you keep doing that when I have done nothing but support you? And gave you the floor. I don't get it. But if you say something like that, they see it as an attack. When you see, I'm bringing Choose Compassion up, you guys. Hey, Choose. You're live. Let's see if we can hear.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, there you go. Hey, you live. You got the floor.
Hey, everybody. Peace to everybody. I just wanted to clarify, one thing. Sending blessings to you, Jedediah, because as I said in my video, I done lost kids. I'm a widow. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm just gonna send prayers. Exactly what Mama Teresa said. You know what I mean? If I ask what we're going to do, that doesn't mean I want to be a part of a team. And I think any professional person with common sense who is in a fight to help, especially someone who brought the attention. See, this would be different if I had heard a story of somebody, of 13 girls that may be possible victims or possible survivors. If I had heard this from somewhere else, I would have went to the source of where I heard it. Now, if we are in a chat that, of course he came into, everyone wanted to beef. I wasn't speaking to him specifically. I said, I came in the chat because everybody's just talking about each other. And I said, hey, look, I don't think any of this is funny. You all just found a 13-year-old girl, and there are what? We're supposed to be at least 13 or 17 other victims that this man is the one that brought to our attention. So when I say, what are we going to do as a professional person, your answer would be you're not, either you're not doing that so that someone else can do it, but to just assume that a 501c3 would want to align themselves with some kind of team, it's just, it's childish to me. It's very childish. So that's all. I still have no words of, I have no ill will because, one day he's spouting the Bible. And so to add to what I heard Mama Teresa say, I'm going to add this for me. The Bible, it speaks very, very specifically about how you treat widows. Okay? So I ain't got nothing to say. Argue with the Bible while you talking about me. So I pray for Jedediah Brown, and I hope that whatever the demons that he claimed, this is not me saying this, I sincerely hope that whatever demons he is fighting, that he gets over those, that he succeeds in that, because to continue to taunt grieving mothers and to continue to go after people that you don't know, that is a reflection on the person whose tongue is wagging. And in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and whatever you all believe in personally, that's all I have to say is I wish you peace, Jedediah Brown. This is the second time you brought my name up, but I still wish you peace. Now, how hollow is that? That's all I had.
Amen. We love you, Choose. Well said. Well said. That I love her spirit, and I will piggyback off that. As you guys see, I told you guys I do not care for Jed for sure, but I wish him no ill will, and he's a human being just like everybody else. But no, all the stuff he's brought to my life, and just to say out his mouth he's going to destroy me, that's a distraction from the cause, what you're supposed to do. And to the people of Dolton allowing this, you don't have to come to my aid, but just imagine if you were in our shoes or other people's shoes that's going through that. We don't deserve unwarranted attacks. And you don't, like I said, you don't get to pick and choose who is going through what in their life at what time. Okay? We love Choose. We're gonna sign out. Make sure y'all, like I said, all I came to do was bring the receipts about the bullying and stuff. I know that they can't take it because it'll be a whole night figuring out how things are going to happen. But I think it makes Jason House look bad, unfortunately. I think Jason House is the popular vote. I think he's a household name, sort of like if we had to vote for somebody, it would be House, the same with Napoleon Harris. I think he's the popular vote, but I really appreciate what Nate did today. I appreciate Nate coming out, and I'll do that in another video. And Mr. Owens and fighting for their place. And the same thing with Miss Cassandra, hoping that everybody find their place on the ballot and that they're pure at heart. As for the bullying and stuff that's going on, all I could do is show y'all my receipts. And I think this is considered slander. I know it's considered slander, 100% considered slander. And if I am getting lied on daily for minding my business, right? Minding my business. This came in at 9:13 this morning. I'm minding my business and someone can say all these things about me, what else have they lied about? In y'all eyes. In y'all eyes. What something simple. Something simple. She's not a registered voter, and y'all will believe it and attack me. And I'm gonna make her penniless because she doesn't even live in Dolton. This, come on, y'all. We too grown for this. Okay? We too grown for this. Let's see what happened tonight at the meeting. This is gonna be really, really interesting to see what happens tonight in the meeting. All right, I'm gonna sign out with a video. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Be kind to one another. Shout out to Martin G. Johnson, actually, for the great conversations he has on his show that kind of open. You know, Martin.
She got in that, and this is the
Let me tell you something about Martin's show. I don't think it's helping anybody. I love Martin's show, but I love talking on it, and I love hearing people talk. But what do y'all think? I please subscribe to Martin G. Johnson. At first, I thought it was just gonna be dialogue, but people are getting up there saying damaging stuff. they getting up there and don't know. Like, I love. Please subscribe to Martin G. Johnson. But they're getting up there damaging and defaming themselves and lying and acting up. And it's like, what is going on? I was on there one day and the lady was telling me what I did in real time on video. And I was telling Martin, roll the tape, Martin. Roll the tape. This lady is lying on me on the show. But I don't know if it's going to help or hurt people. Because poor Miss Cassandra last night, child. Let's go, you guys. I love you guys. Be kind to one another. Take care of one another. And subscribe to Critical Smoker and Reality Check TV. They'll be live tonight.
The thing is that she said that they asked her why didn't she nominate herself, and she said she did. No, she didn't. Did you see the tape?
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
That's the way she is. She tells half truth, and no one ever seems to be up to speed to catch it with a follow-up question, because that would have been real easy. Oh, you had a slate. Who's your slate? Who were they, and why weren't they in there?
Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! Let the seniors in! Let the seniors in! Let the seniors in!
No, I don't.
At the same time, the ones who attended the party were not let out of the building before 6:30, so they stayed in to do the voting, opposed to us residents standing out here in the cold since 5 o'clock with seniors, elderly people in wheelchairs, and we were not allowed to go in to vote because they said it was over with at 7. So a half an hour, and you saw all of these people out here to vote, and for 17 municipalities, that's not fair. That's
Wow. She got in there, and this is the other thing, is that she said that they asked her why didn't she nominate herself, and she said she did. No, she didn't. Did you see the tape?
YouTube page. You can see it at the 30-minute mark exactly. She says, I nominate myself. You can hear her say that. Did you guys hear that? Now, if anybody needs me to replay it again, I will. Just right here, we'll start 29:56. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to keep you updated on the Thornton Township special meeting agenda. So you guys called it yesterday. You said you did not think the trustees were going to show. So if you didn't know, the special meeting is going to be Monday, December 30th, 2024. And that is the special meeting at Harvey City Hall. A lot of people had questions on why it's at Harvey City Hall. I mean, we have a mayor that's a supervisor, so we would think that it would be at Village Hall. You know, I'm one from the area, so I could see the Park District possibly being booked for the holiday because, of course, it'll be New Year's Eve. But yeah, it's not going down that way. Harvey is in Thornton Township. I do not know of Tiffany Henyard's and Chris Clark relationship, but I did have thoughts about it. Like, wow, in Harvey, okay. This should be interesting because from what I hear from watching the board meetings over there and talking with people from Harvey, Chris Clark is really the king of no more outbursts and he means it. So I wonder if that was the reason. But anyway, let me read what was supposed to be on the agenda. Called roll, pledge of allegiance, approval of bills, old business. And you guys brought to my attention that when you see the property tax refund for homeowners, that is usually when it's a Tiffany Henyard agenda because it hasn't been signed. Approval for bonuses for all Thornton Township employees. Approval of the forensic audit. Now, we heard Keith Price, he mentioned on Martin G. Johnson's show that everybody kind of left when it was time for the forensic audit. And you can go to the Thornton Township website and see the minutes for that. That is kind of true. We haven't had consistent meetings since. Motion to approve IT and Senior Services Department and receive a credit card to handle day-to-day operations. We know that's not going to happen because Tiffany didn't want a credit card in her name, and then they canceled all the credit cards for the departments. And that's kind of sad because they were saying at the last board meeting they didn't have Wi-Fi in some buildings and they didn't have security, which is dangerous. Adopt 2024-2025 budget and appropriation ordinance. They still haven't passed the budget, you guys. So they wanted to also approve the ordinance for the general fund and general assistance fund. Then the new business was the acceptance of property insurance and acceptance of auto insurance. So you guys, if you didn't know, it's a big deal because December 30th, we talked about it on the channel. That is it. That means we won't have insurance going into the new year, which is going to be very, very sad for those in need. The food pantry gives out boxes on Wednesday weekly. That's an issue. Now, it's not just the senior buses. Remember, Thornton Township has lawn care, snow removal. They have the pantry trucks. They have forklifts. You have to think they have the personal vehicles for the township employees. This is a huge deal. So it's not just the buses. And don't forget all the people that will be out of work. I wonder how that will go and how this will affect the taxpayers. So they released a statement. Let me just go to it, guys. I'm sorry. I was out and about to give you guys this information. So it came from Christopher Clark and Carmen Carlisle. We regret to inform you we will not be attending Monday's board meeting. Ms. Henyard was advised well in advance that the proposed date was not conducive for our attendance, yet this meeting was scheduled without our agreement. Additionally, we have not received any information regarding the auto or liability insurance, which remains unsolved. The following insurance coverages were addressed last week. The Alliance, appointing Alliance Insurance as broker of record for workman's comp, approve extended report coverage with IPMG, township crime coverage from December 1st to 2024 through December 1st of 2025, cyber coverage extension from December 1st to December 20th of 2024, cyber coverage from December 20th to December 1st of 2025. Previous communication indicated the absence of general liability, public officials, or auto insurance coverage. As for now, no further information has been provided on these critical matters. We will not engage in the political games being played by the Supervisor Henyard and her team. Our focus is solely on doing business of Thornton Township, ensuring you the residents receive the transparency and accountability you deserve. This ongoing issue appears to be an attempt to mislead the public, and we cannot allow taxpayer resources to be wasted. After the last board meeting, we reached out to the appointed supervisor offering a resolution, but our email went unanswered. We remain committed to addressing these concerns and continue our work at the regularly scheduled board meeting. Okay, you guys, so that means that possibly will be no insurance for the new year. Now, this is the thing. We still will have a board meeting. We won't have a meeting because it's not a quorum, but we'll still be in attendance to see what Supervisor Henier says. I think this is going to be kind of interesting. And if more people that use the township services, if they will show up to this meeting. I think it needs to be transparency on both sides. I did get the email at the board meeting, and I saw the request for everyone to come to an agreement and meet immediately, and that came directly from Matthew Delgado. He said, you need board approval for this. So we went over that as well on the channel. Then I also saw it was either all the bills get paid and not some of the bills get paid. That's a problem too. The back and forth between these groups, the tug of war, it only affects the residents. The supervisor has 5 months left in her seat. This is seeming is going to be a rough 5 months for the township. Make sure you just keep everybody in your prayers involved, the employees, the elected officials, the everybody, the vendors, the people depending on the services. Like, this is a big deal for it to be this pull and push. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I would like to see the receipts, and your girl, she made sure she is asking and emailing. Like, I would like to see the receipt, like, attached, that says, look, we emailed Tiffany Henier, or the supervisor, and look, she ignored it. I think that would go over well for a lot of people. Or look, here's the receipt, the whole invoice. Here's a picture of the toys sitting in here with dust on them. I think we need transparency for both sides, not just hearsay. The same thing with Tiffany. When we saw those, what was the printing? If it's for letterhead and stuff, look, let's put it on a loose leaf piece of paper and call it a day and get all the rest of the business done. I would like to see those invoices to see what is the big deal with the printing, because maybe we could come back around the next month and get those people paid. But it would have been great to get some people paid right away. Now, I'm going to break down that tax levy thing, because you guys really gave me some information in my email, and I am floored about how come the tax levy didn't pass without the budget. It makes a lot of sense. Thanks for sending me that information, because that does make sense. Like, why would we approve this and we don't have a budget? So you guys, it's just because we have this infighting, this drama, social media going, YouTube going, Facebook, everybody's going. Rumors are just going out there. I saw someone sent me, like, people are literally working campaigns and showing people addresses online. That's irresponsible. I've never seen such a thing. Like, the clout is real dealing with this Tiffany Henier thing. I cannot wait for this election to come and go. Someone said on Martin G's show last night, the topic was, what will happen if Tiffany Henier is reelected? And the caller was very wise. She said, you know what? Life will go on. The same as if whoever else takes the seat. Life will go on. But we can't put these people in such a bind that they might be hurt when they can't get to their appointments and stuff like that. That's what the township is for. For everybody else that they comment, and I get it. You might not have a township in your area. I get it. Look up the other townships in the area so you can see. We covered one with Miss Patty. We covered another township. I'll link it below on my channel. This is what they do. This is what townships are here for, helping the seniors, general assistance, things of that nature. I didn't know what a township really did either, because I never, even though I was here, I never paid attention to Thornton Township, and a lot of things now I don't qualify. I'm in the middle, so I don't qualify for a lot of those services. So you guys try to really look into it. And sometimes it's not a lot of people that it's people that have cancer. It's people that have, issues with mental health. It's people that have issues with stretching an extra dollar to the next payday. People that have childcare, just got a divorce, people that lost loved ones. This is things that really happen and affect the world. So look into it just so you can see. Hey you guys. So Critical Smoker is in the building. He's live now. So I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna peep in right quick. Let's see. Let's go over to Critical channel. I put his channel in the chat. You know what? Next week I want to do a live reacts. Let's see. Let's see. Critical Smoker. Let's just peek in. I never seen City Hall in Harvey. So, well, they go Tiffany Nelson. So I'm gonna give you a regular person point of view. Okay, the clerk is there. Hold on. Let me see if we can share that. Just wanted to show you guys what's going on. So right now we got the clerk in there. We got the assistant to the clerk in there. We got Tiffany Nelson, big bank, take little bank. They go Critical. He got his coffee. Would they let Tiffany sit up top? Would Clark be there? There go Amethyst from the Harvey Herald. She's there. I like that name. Would they let Tiffany sit on top, you guys? I'll be in the chat modding. So make sure you subscribe to Reality Check TV. Make sure you subscribe to Critical Smoker. And since we talk fashion over here, baby, Clerk, what's her name? Is it Clerk Wells? That jacket she got on, y'all, that blue jean jacket. Wait till she take her coat off. It's like a blue jean motorcycle jacket. It's so cute. It is so cute. There go, is that Emmanuel? Nope, that's not Emmanuel. I wonder if Emmanuel, who's a cameraman for Thornton Township, and the security guards from Thornton Township, will they get paid? You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say, the Thornton Township security, like our guy, what's his name? Zeke, and Mr. Storm, and Mr. Green, and Freedom Frank. Freedom Frank ain't been around. Will they get paid? Yeah, Critical has some nice shirts, doesn't he? And then we gotta see. Let's see if Reality. I just want to go over there and see. Did Reality get in the building yet? And they say, and this is a really good view because I thought they were gonna make them sit far out. Let's see if Reality live. He's not live yet. Okay. So Critical getting the tea for us. And it looks pretty interesting. He's gonna have to, I'm gonna text him to back up. Well, no, he don't have to, because Tiffany gonna sit in that big chair and they'll go to clerk. So Darlene sits next to the clerk. And who else gonna show up, y'all? Just Darlene, right? Because Chris, who is it? Chris? Peppy probably won't be there. Chris won't be there. And what's her name? I don't mean no disrespect. Why did her name slip me? Carmen Carlisle. So Tiffany will be arriving. So I'll be over there modding. Love you guys. Make sure you support the boys. Thank you for them coming back. I'm so happy they are back because y'all saw they was running interference over here. All right, love you guys. And I'll do my Nate Fields video because I know y'all couldn't hear. I'm calling it the Nate Fields video because I really like that he's trying so hard. But Sydney Moore, I got to speak with him. I never met him before, but he got a lot of he has a lot of energy and he has a lot of knowledge. There go Dots. So Tiffany, you know, if Dots is there, Tiffany gonna be there. So I'll do my Nate Fields, Sydney Moore video later. Because I didn't stay for the trustees because I don't know, but no apologies, just me. She was there. So she might have a video on her page. All right. Love you guys. You take care of yourself and each other. And that's it. Appreciate you. Bye.